Hi everyone! Welcome to another episode of FQ Mom's House Tour plus Behavioral Biases. I'd like to invite you to join me in my kitchen tour. And the behavioral bias lesson that we have for today is it's Chapter 12, Ego Depletion. In FQ Book 2, on page 151, it says that ego depletion states that our ability to make rational decisions is a limited resource. It can be drained by decision overload, hunger, that's why we're here, self-restraint, and extreme fatigue. Okay? Plus later on, we will also be talking to someone who is in the food and wellness industry. Her name is Kath Buendia. So, just a little bit of history about our kitchen. This is already version 3.0. So, the first version, syempre when we built our house back in the mid-1990s, yung mga uso nun, it was also white. Tapos mga French window, French door look, yung mga cabinet doors. And we had a peninsula. But because nagtipid kasi kami noon, no contractor, ginawa ng karpintero, it was not very durable. So we had to change it, I think, in about 5 years' time. And then our second version, the Kitchen 2.0, was a black and white kitchen. At the time, I was so into black and white photography, and that's why I made our kitchen something like a black and white studio. It had the pictures of my sons when they were like ages 10 up to the youngest was 4 at the time. And now, with our version 3.0, we thought, ano ba ang mga gusto namin ngayon? Ano? So, what we wanted was even a brighter kitchen. There used to be a wall here. Okay, so there was a challenge when we decided to tear down the wall because we will be exposing the cement on the floor. And you know what? One of the things that we're really very happy about our house from the very beginning, back in the 90s, is our marble. Look at it. Choo-doo! So back in the 90s, it was not yet uso to do that, what you call the bookmarking. Yung parang sinunod niya yung grains ng marble. The marble of our house just came from one big block. And the installation was the key because, di ba nung araw parang sige-sige lang yung paglagay ng mga marble. During that time, the installer already did yung naka-bookmark talaga. Sinusunod niya yung grains of the natural stone. So, we wanted to keep our floor, but it was going to be exposed. That's why our interior designer, Rod Lascano, came up with this idea. Magiging tatanggal siya dito ng marble and then he will put another designed marble. Yan, dinesign yan. Marble din yan. Natural stone din yan with black border. So it was a thorough discussion among us. Marvin and me, our ID, Rod Lascano, our project manager, architect Marty Mabanta, and our contractor engineer, Eric Bostre. And so, ta-da! This is it. We decided to use quartz. And I'm also going to give the link of the supplier. It is Badan. Mga supplier to ng Ayala Malls. Thank you to Rowena for hooking me up with the Ayala suppliers. The reason why we chose quartz is that it is supposed to be the most durable stone that can take in any beating pag sa kitchen. Another thing, di ba usong-uso yung mga may maliit na sink sa island? Before, I also wanted. Kaya lang, syempre, magkakaproblema ka na naman sa plumbing. Kaya sabi ko, wag na. And then later on, I was so happy that we don't have any sink here. Why? Because this is where people would really gather around. And nobody really wants to see dirty dishes na pinag-uusapan niya nakatingin kayo sa dirty dishes. And you need all the space that you can have because we also use this as our buffet table. So this makes me happy. Nakaka-happy ang island sa akin. Anyway, there are also a lot of storage drawers, cabinets underneath. So here, we had to make use of all the possible spaces for storage because we already tore down the wall, which also had cabinets and counter spaces. So this is our built-in microwave oven. This is our, appliance garage. So it has Marvin's bread maker. This is the juicer. And then toaster, hatak-hatak. And then underneath is the ice cream maker and panini maker. And here is our coffee corner. Tapos, dun sa sulok, may mga konting mga papers doon kasi doon yung nalagay yung mga mail, mga resibo. And then here, parang medicine cabinet. Yan. Tapos ito, may mga extra spaces. Okay lang daw yon to have extra spaces. As the years pass, mapupuno rin yan. And then, of course, here, nandito na yung mga supply ng mga coffee, tea, tsaka mga walang katapusang jug at flask. Andito yung aming switchboard. I'm not gonna show you that again. Oh, that's the pantry. But maybe that belongs to another tour. Okay. This is our cooktop. Cooktop ba ang tawag dito? Anyway, induction. So, hindi ka pwedeng mapaso dito. Oh, and this is something na kinatutuwaan ko rin. This is a pot filler. Talaga namang functionally, hindi naman masyadong kailangan kasi parang ang layo naman nung di ba? Ang layo naman ng faucet. But, when you cook pasta, you will appreciate the function of this because you don't need to carry your pot full of water. Medyo mabigat din yan. Alright, so ito, more storage. So, dito yung mga baking stuff. And then, dito yung mga pang-slice ng pizza, iba-ibang klaseng utensils. At saka, syempre, soft close na dapat. Yan, we can show this. Dito yung mga hardly used pots and pans. Yan. And, this is a nice feature. Ito, laging pinoproblema to. Lalo na pag magpapakarpintero ka lang. This is a corner cabinet. So, the solution to a corner cabinet is to have these things. Yan. So, pwede mong i-pull out and then push it all back. And you can utilize all the spaces in this corner section. And this is our coffee machine. It's because it's too big. Hindi kasya dun sa aking narrow counter sa coffee corner. So, I put it here. Okay, the reason why I bought this, natuwa lang ako sa iPad. Ang cute, di ba? You just pindot-pindot. Your choice. Gusto mo ba ng espresso, lungo, americano, cappuccino? Bahala ka na. And then ito pala, I wanna talk about this a little bit. This is the antique tea set from my mother-in-law. Alam niyo yung mga noritake na luma na made in Japan. So, minsan, we also use that pag gusto namin mag-cha-cha. And of course, napakaraming regalo na ganito. I'm sure you also have a lot of this. Yung mga personalized chopping board, cheese board, etc., etc. Oh, this one. Okay ba? And then, what do we have here? Of course, our basil. Medyo hindi na siya ganun kadami kasi nakailang pizza party na to. But you know, I'm telling you ang sarap ng my fresh basil. Paglalagay mo sa pizza, kahit ano nga kanina, omelette, nilagay namin. Oh, this one, this was also my preference, farmhouse or apron sink. And then, I like gold fixtures. And, ito. This is where we get our drinking water na. Meron na kaming sariling filter because ito talaga type ang itsura ng dispenser. Kaya we had to figure out a way to get rid of it. Ayoko nung malaking blue bottle na ganun. Actually, my last dispenser already had that hidden nandun sa baba. Pero ito na. It's so nice. But we have more storage here. And then this one, dishwasher. Pag may party at daming huhugasan, yan. Otherwise, pag paisa-isa lang, hugasan mo na lang. Okay, another cabinet. This cabinet is for my glassware, mga cups. Yan, iba-iba. Cups and mugs. And then, kasi I wanted all the space possible for storage to be used. Ayan pa, more. Tapos dito naman yung mga chafing dishes, pang party. Okay, and this is the refrigerator. Bata pa ako, type ko talaga yung, para bang it's a third world girl's dream to have a refrigerator that can dispense your cubed ice or crushed ice. Yan, di ba? And water. Di ba parang nakaka-developed country vibe? And of course, again, I fell in love with the iPad. Just like the coffee maker, kaya ko binibili. Dahil lang sa iPad. So, more storage. So, this is where I keep our knives, yung mga pangkuha-kuha, ano ba to? Ladle, cake cutter, serving spoons. Tapos, eto yung mga, yan. So, it's really nice if you have everything fixed, very orderly. Cleaning up is so much easier and more fun to do. Tapos, ito yung mga everyday use. Parang dami naman namin dito. Ang punong-puno namin mga white plates. I love white wares kasi. And then, sa ilalim, what do we have here? Ayan, yung mga chargers, chopsticks, additional chopsticks. As ito, mga coasters, cheese knives, etc., etc. Okay, so I think, I forgot to talk about this. If you remember our black and white kitchen, ang daming photos doon, and these are the ones that I kept. This one has a storyline. Nagmukha na silang maliit kasi lumaki yung cabinet doors namin. So this was when they were so young. Anton was 4 years old. So the father buys the chicken. The mother carves the chicken. The first son puts the spices. And then the second son puts the marinade. And then the youngest son has the finished product. Yun ang story dito. And that's it, I think, for our kitchen tour. But in a while, we will be having a special guest. My new friend.
Hello.
She's a food and wellness entrepreneur, Miss Kath Buendia.
Hi everyone.
Diba? Very pretty.
Thank you for welcoming me in your very beautiful home.
Alam mo na kung bakit kitchen tour yung masaya.
Yes.
Because we're gonna talk about food.
Yes.
And just a quick background, paano ko ba nakilala si Kath? If you notice, doon sa aming video on the little vintage shop, napansin ko, grabe, ang laki na ng chop ko. Tapos, ginawa ko, I was seeing the posts of Michelle Aventejado and Susie Entrada. They were talking about Keto Pesca PH. So sabi ko, please give me the number of Kath. And then I spoke to you.
Yes.
Thank you for your, you gave me a short lecture on keto.
Yes.
So how do we start it? Do you want to tell the audience first what your businesses are?
Well, as you know, I'm a food and wellness entrepreneur. I actually started my business with Keto Living PH. Yes, Keto Living PH, as you know, is a normal keto. It has meat. So may pork siya, may beef, and then afterwards, people were starting to request for a vegetarian option.
Okay.
Lo and behold, the keto vegetarian page
was born.
Yes, it was born, and then 2-3 years after, during the pandemic, Keto Pesca PH and Keto Vegan PH was born during the pandemic.
Alright, so,
Yes.
para doon sa mga hindi pa familiar, can you tell us about, ano ba yan kasi yung keto na yan? And why does it help make us not just slimmer, but also healthier?
Okay, cause super simple lang. Kasi pag yung normal kind of eating natin is we get our energy from glucose.
Glucose.
Yes.
So when we say glucose, ito yung mga carbs.
Yes,
Ito yung mga
carbs.
kanin,
Yes,
tinapay.
tinapay.
Yan. Mahilig yung mga Pinoy dyan, di ba?
Yes.
Mga kanin. Okay, pati merienda kumakanin.
There. Okay, so pagka yung normal na kain, as you said, because sa isang araw kasi, pagka yung normal na kain, umu-over tayo sa 20 grams of carbs.
Alright.
Okay? If you limit your carbs in a day, your body will be forced to actually find other source of energy.
Yun. Okay,
yun.
so if you want to get rid of fat anyway, you have to eliminate the glucose muna,
Yes,
so that your
yes.
body will now get into your fat reserves
There you
and
go.
use it as your
As your
source.
energy source.
Ito ha, itong ginawa ko to for 4 weeks, Monday to Friday, Tapos ang mga meals ko, para hindi nagdidieta. Sarap-sarap eh. May breakfast, may lunch, tapos may merienda pa, at saka dinner. Now, let's talk about it. Ito yung sample natin ngayon. Ano?
With keto vegetarian
So,
age.
tell our viewers kung ano yung uunahin dyan.
Okay,
Sa
let's go with the
vegetarian.
breakfast first. I guess this.
Naka-label na. Naka-label na siya.
So if mapapansin natin dito sa breakfast namin, we usually deliver it like this, na naka-label. Super kasi importante na they know, especially if you're tracking your carbs or how much protein are you eating. So just to make sure, we put the labels here. You know how many fats, proteins, and net carbs.
So this is scrambled eggs with cheese and keto toast bread. Ibang klase yung mga bread na ginagamit nyo, no?
Yes, we use almond flour.
Almond flour. Naku, ikutin na nyo naman, oh, may basil pa. Tapos pag kinain nyo, it's so flavorful. It's so delicious. So yan, ito natikman ko na to. Tama, masyadong ano eh. Alam mo yun, di ba normally kasi pag nagda-diet ka, parang medyo kawawa yung kinakain mo. Ito hindi. Ang sarap ng kinakain mo. You're
Parang kang
giving yourself a treat.
kinakawawa. Exactly. So kasi talaga, pagka yung you know exactly what keto is.
Sarap.
Keto fat is flavorful,
Yeah.
right? So,
Sabi
this
nga
is
ni,
flavor.
nakita ko you're also following glucose goddess. Sabi nga niya, savory, di ba? Start your day with savory breakfast. That's what this is.
Yes.
Okay.
So, there. So, the other thing is that, you know why we really started keto? Before I met John, my live-in partner, he started keto talaga. Siya si Keto King. I asked him, so how do you do keto? Sabi ko, nahihirapan ako mag-prepare kasi hindi ko naman alam kung yung keto. So, mag-order na lang ako. So, I tried ordering. And then I showed him the meals. And then he goes, hindi naman keto yan eh. Nung pagdating niya ng keto, we were thinking of starting a business. We don't know what to do. Ganyan. But then, sabi niya, why not mag-deliver tayo? Yung tama.
Oo. And
Yun.
that's what gave birth.
That's what gave birth to
Okay.
this.
Next natin, dito sa sample meal natin for the day is lunch. Tell me about this.
Yes, okay. This is your spaghetti Alfredo with spinach mushrooms.
For you?
So let's show you. There you go.
Diba?
Okay. So as you can see, we used shirataki noodles. Do you know that shirataki noodles has 0 carbs?
Really?
Yes. And it looks like sotanghon, right? Have you?
Yeah, I tried this na
Yeah,
before.
for taste.
Kakatuwa. Eh, mahilig ako sa mga mushroom. Tsaka pasta. Para ako nasa Italy.
So this is what you eat for. And
Sarap.
can you imagine this is plant-based? This is vegetarian. So
Alam nyo, plating nyo to. Ang bongga nyo na.
when Tim Yap was like started this because he said, how can I be vegetarian? I cannot be vegetarian. And then I want to try. And then he goes like a month passed, 2 months passed, and he goes like, you know what? I can't imagine that I'm a vegetarian now.
With the way I'm
With what I'm eating, exactly.
Grabe. Oh, ito pa. Sino naman nagpapapayat na kakain ng chocolate cake? So, ito rin. Ang sarap-sarap din ito. Ito yung isa sa mga favorite ko na snacks eh. So, keto chocolate cake yan. Pero gusto ko to mamaya. Kakainin ko to na medyo frozen.
Yes.
And then, last but not the least, is our dinner.
Mm-hmm.
It is cauliflower tacos with keto pineapple shoot me. Okay. So with all this, and then tell them how they can avail of your services.
Oh, okay. So all you need to do is contact us through Instagram at Keto Vegetarian PH, or for Pesca, for Keto Pesca at Keto Pesca PH, for Keto Vegan at Keto Vegan PH. And at Chow Baby Manila, we also have Better Juice Manila. Okay, Better Juice Manila naman.
Ay, ang sarap nun.
Thank you. Okay, so Better Juice Manila naman is our drink, milk tea, but for diabetic. Enjoy everything without the spike of your insulin.
So it's the glucose spike that we are avoiding. Kasi
Yes.
pag the glucose spike, si insulin will come in, tapos baka maging insulin resistant ka. Yan ang nagiging umpisa, cause ng a lot of diseases.
Yes, inflammation number
Yes,
one.
inflammation. Eh, yung inflammation, ang dami. Pag na-inflame ang mga organs natin, kung ano-ano, including cancer, di ba? Lahat-lahat na. Tapos, ano ba yung isa mong wellness? Sa'yo rin ba yun?
Oh, okay. Yes, official. Okay.
Yeah,
yes,
yeah,
yes,
yeah, that's
official.
one.
So,
Parang na pag gusto ko to rin, gusto punta tayo
you
doon.
need to go. Okay, you and Michelle needs to go. Yes, official is actually a 360 beauty and wellness. We have we do lash extensions. We do nail extensions. We also have aesthetic. So we have slimming. We have we do have drips.
Yung mga skin.
Oh yes, definitely. I also have a restaurant. It's called Cantina. It's very close to you, so you need to go there with your family.
Yeah.
So there's my businesses.
Those are the business, The reason why I'm discussing ego depletion together with this interview with you is that kasi pag yung depleted yung ego natin, and when we talk about ego here, hindi yung ang lakas ng ego mo, yung you're so full of yourself.
Okay.
Hindi, it's your parang pinaka-well-being. We are not able to make the rational decisions. Di ba? Pag halimbawa, you're overworked, you're so tired, you're hungry, the decisions that you make will not really be rational ones.
Agree.
And that's why we should always remember to take care of that ego, no? Na kung meron tayong mga important decisions in life, dapat siguraduhin natin na okay yung ating well. Reason why we discuss here 16 behavioral biases, kasi we need to remind ourselves that we need those pauses, especially when we are about to make very important decisions in life about our health, wealth, lahat-lahat na, relationships, your career. So, saya ng kwentuhan natin tungkol dito. Take care of your wellness. Kaya ikaw ang aking guest dito sa topic na to, wellness entrepreneur. Any words of advice sa ating mga gustong umayat, gustong mas maging healthy?
You need to talk to yourself.
Yeah.
When are you ready? Aging successfully? I think, I've been reading a lot about that. I mean,
Aging.
aging
Me
successfully.
also. Yes.
A talk that you have to have with yourself.
With yourself. Meron na akong gusto rin i-share din sa audience. Sino mo ginagawa ko pa ng apron. Ito kasi yung, this is what I learned from Glucose Goddess. Sabi niya, the order of eating, they does a lot about your glucose spikes. So ito daw, veggies first, protein and fats second, and then starches and sugars last. Ganun na makukuha mo rin.
Exactly.
Kasi,
Yes.
diba?
Yes.
Yung mga yung mga starches at nagtatanggal. So there, invite them to follow you on your
Yes.
many Instagram accounts.
Yes. My Instagram account is at Kath Buendia. Okay, it's KTH Buendia. And then at Keto Vegetarian PH, at Keto Pesca PH, at Keto Vegan PH. For the kids, at Chow Baby Manila. And we also have at Better Juice Manila and at Cantina. And then DS Official. Official.
Yes,
So, yes, for the wellness and beauty spa.
Yun, alika na. Let's go there. Thank you very much for joining us in this kitchen tour, plus our good conversation with Kath and Ego Depletion.
Yes.
Maraming salamat po. This has been Rose Press Fausto, wishing you all a high FQ. Thank you!
Thank you for having me.
Yes!